Hi, I'm Kate Solisti. Welcome back to A Kinship with Animals, my YouTube channel where I share messages from the wild ones that are so important and valuable for us in these changing times. And these messages help us remember our connection with the natural world and also reminds us that the animals and plants are our older family members, meaning they are our teachers and helpers if we only stop to listen. In addition to their messages, I often share stories from my animal communication practice. I have been an animal communicator for almost 30 years, and in that time I work with people and their beloved companions on all kinds of issues, behavior, health, and training issues. And today I have a story about a horse, a beautiful Andalusian named Rosalie. And Rosalie had some physical challenges, but she had a owner who loved her deeply and who had raised her from a very young filly and who had sent Rosalie off to be trained. But Rosalie had plateaued at with the trainer. Rosalie had done really well at first, but then she really plateaued and was causing the trainer to be very concerned and frustrated. And so her person, Margaret, called me to see what was going on with Rosalie. Why did she plateau? What was happening and how could we move her forward? So I tuned in to this beautiful, beautiful Andalusian mare with her flowing mane and tail. And she was still at the trainer's. And she said to her person, Margaret, who she adored, she said, I have enjoyed learning. I have learned a lot, and I'm proud of what I've learned. But I'm unhappy, Mom. I want to come home. And Margaret said, you know, the last time I went to visit her, she was so happy to see me. You know, she nickered, she came over, she rubbed on me. We had a beautiful connection. I brushed her and I talked to her. And I said to her, Rosalie, you know, you've been doing so well and I just want you to do well. And she said, and I felt Rosalie really wanting to do well. And I didn't understand when the trainer called back and said, nope, she's not progressing. I'm not happy. And so again, we said, so Rosalie, Mom, Margaret wants you to, continue to progress. And there was a sense of sadness from Rosalie. And she said, I'm so unhappy. And we asked why. And she said, because the trainer doesn't see me. She doesn't know me. She doesn't feel me. All she sees is my body, and all she sees is whether I'm stepping correctly, whether I'm moving correctly, whether I'm doing what she wants me to do. But she doesn't care about me. This was a very important realization for Margaret. And it was a confirmation for me. Because years ago, I had the great honor and privilege of working with an amazing healer in England who worked with horses all over England, from carriage horses to race horses to ponies and horses of all ilk in Great Britain. And what I learned from the race horses was fascinating. Some of the race horses were perfectly happy to run with any jockey on their back. Any jockey at all, as long as they could run, and they loved to win and they loved to compete. Other horses, on the other hand, needed to have a relationship with their jockey. They needed to feel that their jockey cared about them, that their jockey loved them, and wanted them to work as a partner. And so when this beautiful Andalusian, Rosalie, who had this wonderful loving relationship with her person, Margaret, said this, I got it. It's all about relationship for Rosalie. And the trainer had no relationship with her. as Rosalie said, she didn't see her. She didn't feel her. And mostly, she really didn't care about Rosalie as an individual being. She did not want to cultivate a relationship. And Rosalie was not going to budge without that. So Margaret really got it. And she told me about this trainer who was quite well respected in the training field. And she also told me something interesting. She said she really doesn't like Andalusians. And I thought, wow, well, I think that's a problem right there, is that she has a judgment, a prejudgment of this beautiful horse. And we don't know why she doesn't like Andalusians. Maybe it's because the Andalusians she's met have wanted a relationship and not just wanted to be perfect mechanical beings. So the good news is Margaret honored her horse's wishes, and she took Margaret home. And so Margaret was so happy to be home. I'm sorry, Rosalie. Margaret was so happy to have Rosalie home, and Rosalie started to blossom and was happy again. So the story had a very happy ending. And once again, this is the importance of understanding the individual animal, just like the individual people that we know and work with. And in this case, the trainer wasn't the right trainer for this horse. And she needed to have a relationship with her trainer, just as she had a relationship with her person who loved her so much. So remember, each of our animals is a precious being with their own needs, their own perceptions. And when we take the time to communicate with them, to find out what they need, it enriches our relationship with them. It helps us help them and not keep them in a situation that could be harmful, both emotionally, mentally, and as well as physically. So this is one of the gifts of animal communication. So if you're interested in learning more about my work with animals and about my community, please visit my website, katesolisti.com. Thank you. See you next time.